Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining our webinar today. We appreciate that. This call is being recorded for plan sponsor use only, and all content covered is current as of today, May 25th. And now I'd like to introduce today's speaker. Brent Neese is the Senior Vice President of Retirement Services for Plan Member Retirement. Brent has spent the last 25 years helping employers like you establish and improve their workplace savings program. Brent is a certified plan fiduciary advisor. And now I'd like to turn it over to Brent Neese to start with today's agenda.
Thank you, Steve, and good morning, everyone. As Steve mentioned, my name is Brent Neese. Plan Member is a registered investment advisor and plan advisor based in Carpinteria, California, near Santa Barbara. We have over 500 advisors that work with employers to, again, establish and improve the retirement plan. I've got 3 topics to cover today in the next 20-25 minutes, and then we'll save the remainder of the time for questions. We'll talk about California Senate Bill 1234, which is the retirement mandate, often referred to as CalSavers. We will review the California Roth IRA option, and we will talk about alternatives, a simple yet important option that will give you additional flexibility if you're interested. So let's talk about the mandate. This bill was passed in 2016. The California Secure Choice Retirement Savings Trust Act. It requires all employers with at least 5 employees to provide a retirement plan for their employees. And the deadline for employers that have between 50 and 100 employees is fast approaching June 30th. California is not alone. 9 other states have passed a similar legislation and are in the process of implementing these solutions. CalSavers is the state option, but it's not the only option to comply with the mandate. So what is CalSavers? It's a state-sponsored savings program designed to help your employees save for retirement. Employee contributions are payroll deferral to an after-tax Roth IRA. And I'm going to talk a little bit about taxation a little bit later, but it's really important to note that contributions to this solution are after tax. The contribution limits are $6,000 per year. If you're over age 70, you get a $1,000 catch-up option, so you can contribute a little bit more if you fall into that category. The employer mandate, again, if you don't currently have a qualified retirement plan for employees, you need to either use CalSavers or implement an alternative. It applies to any employer that has at least 5 employees and have at least 1 employee who is at age 18 years or older. Employers that are required to comply with the mandate are all private for-profit employers. Non-profit employers, excluding volunteers, but it is noteworthy that religious organizations are exempt from the CalSavers requirement. Contributions investments, you can select a default contribution rate of 5% and choose amongst the available investment options. The default contribution rate can increase 1% per year up to a cap of 8%. And individuals can select their own contribution rate and investments, or again, just go with the default rate. Employees are automatically enrolled. As I mentioned, the default rate is 5%. They can opt out within 30 days of being automatically enrolled into the program, and they can opt back into the program at any time. If they leave their employment with you, their account stays with them. You'll be notified by CalSavers. Hopefully you have been received the registration details already. Then you'll need to input your federal employer identification or tax identification number, your California employer payroll tax account number that's supplied by California, and the CalSavers access code from your notification. Your responsibilities is to register for the program, provide basic employee roster information, a census, facilitate payroll deductions, and conduct ongoing maintenance. The deadlines, as I mentioned, the deadline for employers that had 100 or more employees passed September 30th of 2020. If you have between 50 and 100 employees, that deadline is fast approaching June 30th. And then next year, by June 22nd, any employer that has more than 5 employees must comply. And it's noteworthy that this is based on the average number of employees reported to the EDD on your previous DE9C filings. Penalties for noncompliance is $250 per eligible employees if noncompliance extends 90 days after the notice. And then it increases to $500 per eligible employee if noncompliance extends 180 days after notice. So pretty costly for not complying. It is important to note, CalSavers isn't your only option. You can fulfill your mandate by installing any type of retirement plan eligible by the CalSavers deadline, and it is important to consider all of your options. So now I'd like to transition and talk a little bit about an alternative, a pooled employer plan, which is a 401k plan. It's a simple alternative, numerous advantages compared to the CalSavers options, allows employees to save much more with both pre-tax as well as after-tax options. It provides more flexibilities and options for you and your employees. And in addition, you're eligible for tax credits for new plans established up to $15,000. So the basics, pooled employer plans were a key provision of the Secure Act, which was passed and went into effect in 2021. It allows employers of all sizes to pool together into a single 401k plan to create economies of scale and get better pricing. You still, even though you're pooling your plan with other California employers, you can choose from flexible options to tailor your specific needs. And as I mentioned, new plans eligible for up to $5,000 per year in tax credits for the first 3 years that you offer your program, so up to $15,000 in tax benefits. The key benefits of a PEP, a pooled employer plan, or a PEP, is it's a simple, more cost-efficient retirement plan solution. It's easy to implement. It reduces investment and administrative risks. It relieves the plan administrative burdens by avoiding audit requirements and individual Form 5500. And it allows you to spend less time focusing on your retirement plan so you can focus on your organization. So if you look at it side by side, the contribution limits for CalSavers, generally speaking, is $6,000 unless you're over age 50. In a pooled employer 401k plan, you can save either pre-tax or after-tax up to the $19,000. And just to kind of, put that in perspective, if you save with CalSavers, if you save $2,000, for instance, and you're in a 22% tax bracket, all of your deferrals are after tax, so you don't get any benefits immediately. If you save in a pooled employer plan, if you save $2,000 and you're in a 22% tax bracket, you'd save $440 on your federal taxes. And additionally, if you're in a 6% California tax bracket, you'd save an additional $120 per year. So pretty substantial. Now, in the Roth option, where you're saving after-tax dollars, there are benefits in that when you take the money out at retirement, your earnings on those investments are tax-free at that time. In CalSavers, there's no tax credits. If you save in a pooled 401k plan, you can receive up to the $15,000. And employer matching contributions are not eligible for CalSavers, but they are an option if your organization wants to provide some type of employer contributions in the pooled employer plan. A little bit about Plan Members Solution. We partner with employers of all kinds to deliver innovative, high-quality retirement plan solutions for more than 3 decades, again, in California. A plan investment fiduciary that relieves plan sponsors of key fiduciary risks. We've got a nationwide network of over 500 plan member financial independent professionals and financial centers. And we have over 150 billion in assets under administration for more than 43,000 employers and over 1.7 million plan participants on our platform. Our independent model, personalized service, award-winning technology, plan fiduciary services, and an equal plan sponsor experience really set plan member apart as a premier solution. Our independence allows us to deliver unbiased premier class solutions. Mutual fund companies and insurance companies are inherently biased towards products that they create. We have an open architecture perspective where we can choose from the best of investments that are out there. We offer premier class solutions, delivering custom plan solutions that meet your unique needs. Let's talk a little bit about personalized service. We offer one-on-one financial coaching, a personal retirement plan analysis, a proven approach to retirement planning, professionally managed asset allocation portfolios, and ongoing participant engagement, and financial wellness resources. And in this day and age of unpersonalized automation and just do-it-yourself solutions, we really are hands-on in terms of the approach of working with both you as the plan sponsor and your employees. Each participant receives the personalized ongoing support of an assigned plan member financial professional. They don't have to go it alone and rely on generic online calculators and planning content, or just be defaulted into a default alternative. And again, it's a superior approach, blending both high-tech and high-touch resources. Our simple yet elegant four-part process is a proven approach to retirement planning. Again, beginning with the personal retirement plan, professional investment advice, ongoing retirement plan review, and ongoing education and support. Your plan participants will benefit from a roadmap to retirement that incorporates Social Security and other pension benefits and calculates the required savings amounts to reach their goal, as well as providing personalized investment recommendations. Our series of professionally managed mutual fund portfolios range from stability of principal and inflation protection to maximizing long-term growth. Allocation strategically adjusted based on changing conditions in the economy and financial markets. And again, the ongoing support of a plan member financial professional to guide the portfolio selection. Consistent communications, resources, and materials provide participants with financial education opportunities designed to keep them informed and actively involved with the retirement plan. We send out monthly member engagement emails and the semi-annual plan membership news. We, of course, offer quarterly performance updates and monthly financial market analysis, as well as periodic asset allocation bulletins. Financial wellness is obviously very important because we realize that individuals are trying to plan for more than just retirement. So our financial wellness workshops cover a large range of topics, from budgeting to retirement planning. And we offer them in study hall building block workshops, which are very short commitments of time, topic driven, animated video vignettes, the personalized My Forecast gap analysis tool, and a broad selection of financial fitness resources customized for each plan participant's individual investor profile. Our award-winning technology is based on a leading-edge platform. We offer two-click plan enrollment. So if you don't automatically enroll your employees into the plan, they can very quickly and simply enroll. An intuitive plan participant and sponsor online experience, which I'll show you here in a second. Obviously, cybersecurity is very important, and our platform has received a tremendous amount of awards and recognition. So simplified enrollment for your employees, literally in 2 clicks, they can enroll at either the default rate or change their deferral to match their needs, and either select a default portfolio or choose to build their portfolio from the core investment lineups. Our intuitive online experience, it includes a forecast gap analysis tool that's very easy to use with sliders that make it easy for you to change the percentage of your monthly income that you want to replace in retirement, the age in which you want to retire, as well as modeling various different investment strategies. That's intuitive. It allows you to model loans if you offer loans in your plan, on-demand activity reporting, and a financial resource center for retirement and planning needs. The plan sponsor online experience, so this is for the employer, offers robust on-demand reporting capabilities You can view information at a global or participant level. It allows you to securely upload payroll, access individual participant accounts. You can publish plan information and company news directly to participants. And all of the transaction-based history and participant transactions, of course, are chronologically shown for you at your ease. Plan data is protected by a robust security that includes two-factor authentication and industry-leading cybersecurity systems and process. We've got a lot more information about our system and processes available to you upon request. Dalbar has rated our plan sponsor and participant websites in the top 10 consistently for more than a decade. We're very proud of that. And I want to touch on planned fiduciary services that reduce your exposure to any potential liabilities. I'm going to talk a little bit about 338 investment fiduciary services, which is where you're outsourcing the investment services to a third party, in this case, plan member, and 316 plan administrative fiduciary services, where you're outsourcing your administrative. So starting with 338, we do the security selection and investment management. We look at historical performances and ratings, again, from amongst an open architecture selection of best investments, including Vanguard and BlackRock and many others. But we, again, are not a manufacturer of any investment products. So again, unbiased in terms of our perspective. We look at the experience and tenure of the fund management team. We look at fees and expenses, of course, those are very important, and suitability for use and an asset allocation strategy. Our managed portfolios really bring a time-tested approach to portfolio management. This is the type of approach that the largest endowments and defined benefit plans use in their management of money. But it's personalized ongoing portfolio selection and support from, again, a plan member financial professional. 316 administrative fiduciary services. We handle the key plan functions for you. We ensure proper documentation. Details are delegated to our experienced plan professionals. This is everything from approving loans and distributions and hardships and whatnot. We're very proud of our plan sponsor experience, which is designed to keep your plan running smoothly and trouble-free. We handle all the record keeping and administration. We provide flexible plan design options. We streamline the implementation of the program, which we can do in a very quick time ahead of the deadline. And again, we've received a lot of awards and recognition. Knowledgeable retirement plan professionals handle all aspects of the plan administration, maintenance of data, reporting and disclosures. Again, as I mentioned, distributions and loans, and of course the plan audit at the pooled employer plan level. You have a lot of different options. Again, a lot more flexibility than you have with CalSavers in terms of how you construct the design elements of what you want in your 401k plan. This includes whether or not you want to have a safe harbor plan, if you want to do automatic enrollment, or if you want to leave it to your employees to automatically enroll, again, through the two-click enrollment process. You can set the eligibility requirements of who can participate in the program. You can select whether or not you want to have an employer contribution, whether that's matching or a profit sharing type contribution. You get to set the vesting requirements, and again, choose amongst other provisions like, do you want to allow loans in your plan or in-plan distributions at the qualified age caps. Plan sponsor has awarded our program 19 awards for plan administration, 16 awards for our service team and support, 14 awards for investments and fees, 9 awards for sponsor services, and 6 awards for participant services in the 2020 defined contribution survey. So we're very excited about that. Before we go on to Q&A, I just want to summarize. It's very easy to get started. If you're interested, we can prepare a proposal for you within 24 hours. We can implement the plan member pooled employer plan again ahead of the deadline, and you can then enjoy the many benefits of a simple but robust 401k plan solution. So in summary, employers with 50 or more employees must comply with the mandate by June 30th. CalSavers is not your only option. And again, we think it's important to consider alternatives. The plan member pooled employer 401k plan has many advantages, tax credits for your organization up to $15,000, higher pre-tax as well as after-tax savings options up to $19,000, flexible plan design features, very easy to implement, personalized financial planning and education and financial wellness for you and your employees, greater diversification of investment choices, again, award-winning technology and services. It's a simple turnkey plan which can be set up, again, very simple and easy. And one more slide before we take questions. For our compliance department, material presented is believed to be from reliable sources, but we make no representation as to the completeness and investments involve risk. With that being said, Steve, I will turn it back over to you to see if we have any questions today.
Wonderful, Brent. Yes, we do have some questions. And let me remind everybody before we read what we have so far, that at the bottom of your screen, if you would like to ask either a question or an additional question, you just click on the Q&A link down below, and then you type in your question, which we will see and Brent will answer. So feel free to, if you have more questions, type those in as we answer some of those that are already here. And so, Brent, the first question somebody has is there any cost to set up a pooled employer plan?
So there's no cost to implement the plan, but there are some annual fees associated with the plan.
Okay, great. And how long does it take to establish a pooled plan?
Approximately about 30 days.
Okay, great. Thank you. And someone has asked, will you help us communicate a new plan with our employees once it's set up?
Absolutely. Again, a lot of resources. We will provide in person. We can do it in person. We can do it over Zoom and things of this nature, depending on your return to work strategy with COVID. We not only will meet with employees in a group setting to explain all of their options, but we will offer, again, a follow-up one-on-one to personalize each employee's planning journey with them.
Wonderful, thank you. Someone has asked, when do we receive tax credits if we set up a pooled employer plan?
So you would be eligible for a tax credit for the year in which you established the plan, and up to 3 years, up to a total of 3 years, $5,000 per maximum per year, depending on the demographics of your firm. There's a formula in terms of what your total tax credit would be, but you would be eligible for that tax credit in 2021.
Great. And you mentioned, someone says you mentioned flexibility with plan design. Can you help us with plan design?
Yes, very, very quick and simple. We sit down with you with a checklist. We explain, what your available options are. You make a decision, and you are off and running. And once you establish the plan, if you later on, so let's hypothetically say, well, in the beginning, we're just going to have employee deferrals. You can, of course, revisit that later, and our professionals will work with you to make sure that everything is set up and running, and make sure that you, more importantly, understand all of your available options.
Excellent. And last question, anybody else, feel free to type in if you'd like, but last question I see is this pooled employer plan a regular 401k plan?
It is a regular 401k plan with outsourced administration and outsourced investment due diligence and selection. So for all intents and purposes, it works like any other 401k plan, but you're pooling together with a lot of different employers so that you're getting better scale and economies and better pricing than you would if you did your own individual 401k plan. So it's a fantastic alternative that's very easy to implement, and it's easy to get started.
Excellent. Well, that's all the questions. I just want to remind all of the attendees that we will be sending you a link of this recorded webinar so that you'll have it should you want to share it with anybody else. And Brent, I'll pass it back to you to finish up.
I just want to thank you. Best of luck in solving for your particular needs for your organization. We know that every organization is different. CalSavers is a good option, but again, there are a lot more flexibility in terms of the 401k elements that I reviewed with you today, and we would be honored to work with you to get you a proposal if you're interested.